Overcoming negative thought patterns. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sanity and Tranquility Hub. I'm Sekinat, and in today's video, we're going to talk about something that affects us all at some point or another: negative thought patterns. These thoughts can take over our minds and hold us back from achieving our full potential. But don't worry, today I'll walk you through what negative thought patterns are, the problems they cause, and most importantly, how to overcome them so you can start living a more positive and peaceful life. What are negative thought patterns? Negative thought patterns are repetitive, unhealthy, and distorted ways of thinking that often result in emotional distress and negative feelings. These thoughts can be automatic and subconscious, and they often affect how we perceive ourselves, others, and the world around us. Some common types of negative thought patterns include 1. All or nothing thinking, seeing things in black and white terms, without considering any middle ground. For example, thinking, if I don't do this perfectly, I've failed completely. 2. Overgeneralization, making broad conclusions based on a single event or piece of evidence. For example, I didn't get that promotion, so I'll never get ahead in my career. 3. Catastrophizing, expecting the worst-case scenario in every situation. For example, if I mess up this presentation, I'll lose my job and never find work again. 4. Filtering, focusing only on the negative aspects of a situation while ignoring any positives. For example, I had a great day at work except for one mistake, so the entire day was ruined. 5. Mind reading, assuming you know what others are thinking, usually in a negative light. For example, they didn't reply to my message, they must be upset with me. Examples of negative thought patterns. Here are a few examples of how these thought patterns show up in real life. 1. Self-doubt, I'm not good enough to achieve my goals. Everyone else is more talented than me. 2. Fear of failure, I can't even try this new project. What if I fail miserably? 3. Social anxiety, I'm going to embarrass myself at this party. Everyone will think I'm weird. 4. Perfectionism, if I don't do this task perfectly, people will think I'm incompetent. Problems caused by negative thought patterns. When we fall into these negative thinking traps, it can take a significant toll on our mental health and overall well-being. Here are some of the problems that can arise from negative thought patterns. 1. Increased anxiety and stress. Constantly expecting the worst or overthinking situations can increase anxiety levels. This can lead to a heightened sense of worry and an inability to relax. Example: if you're constantly worried about how others perceive you, it can create a sense of unease and lead to unnecessary stress, especially in social or professional situations. 2. Decreased self-esteem. Negative thoughts, especially those focused on self-doubt, can undermine your confidence and self-worth. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy. Example: thinking that you're not good enough or capable enough for something, like a new job or project, can make you second-guess your abilities and limit your opportunities. 3. Procrastination. When negative thoughts create fear or uncertainty, it can cause you to avoid tasks altogether. The fear of failing or not being perfect can be paralyzing, leading to procrastination. Example: if you're scared of not meeting expectations, you might delay starting a project or a task altogether, leading to increased stress later. 4. Strained relationships. Negative thought patterns can distort how you see others and interpret their actions. If you're constantly assuming the worst about people's intentions, it can strain relationships. Example: if you keep assuming that your friends are upset with you because they haven't replied to your message, This might lead to unnecessary tension or misunderstandings. 5. Limited personal growth. Negative thinking can prevent you from trying new things or stepping out of your comfort zone, limiting your potential for growth and progress. Example: fear of failure can keep you from applying for your dream job, starting a new project, or pursuing your passion, simply because you're too worried about making mistakes. How to overcome negative thought patterns now. Let's dive into how we can overcome these negative thought patterns and start thinking more positively and constructively. 1. Identify and challenge your negative thoughts. The first step is becoming aware of your negative thought patterns. Pay attention to the recurring thoughts that bring you down and challenge their validity. Solution: when you notice a negative thought, ask yourself questions like, is this thought based on facts or assumptions? Or, what evidence do I have that supports or contradicts this thought? By questioning these thoughts, you can begin to break the cycle. Example: if you think, I'm terrible at this, challenge it by reminding yourself of past successes or skills you've developed. 2. Reframe your thinking. Reframing is the process of turning negative thoughts into more balanced, positive ones. Instead of seeing the situation as a failure, try to see it as an opportunity for growth. Solution: if you think, I'm never going to get ahead, reframe it to, this is a setback, but I can learn from it and keep trying. Example: if you fail an exam, instead of saying, I'll never pass, try reframing it to, I didn't pass this time, but I will study differently and try again. 3. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can help you stay in the present moment and prevent your mind from wandering into negative territory. This helps reduce anxiety and enhances emotional regulation. Solution: engage in mindfulness practices like meditation, deep breathing, or mindful walking to ground yourself in the present moment and distance yourself from negative thoughts. Example: if you start feeling overwhelmed by negative thoughts, take 5 deep breaths and focus on the sensations in your body to bring yourself back to the present. 4. Replace perfectionism with progress. Accept that perfection is not always achievable or necessary. Focus on progress rather than perfection, and celebrate small wins along the way. Solution: instead of thinking, I have to be perfect, reframe it to, I'll do my best and learn from the process. Example: if you're working on a project and things aren't going perfectly, remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes as long as you keep learning and improving. 5. Seek support and professional help. Overcoming negative thought patterns can be challenging, but you don't have to do it alone. Talking to friends, family, or a professional therapist can provide you with guidance and support. Solution: if negative thought patterns are deeply ingrained and hard to overcome, consider speaking with a counselor or therapist who can help you reframe your thinking through cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or other therapeutic techniques. Example: a therapist might help you explore the root causes of your negative thoughts and work with you to create healthier ways of thinking. Negative thought patterns can feel overwhelming, but with consistent practice, you can break free from them. The key is to be patient with yourself, challenge your negative thoughts, and adopt healthier ways of thinking. Overcoming negative thought patterns is a process, but the rewards, better mental health, improved relationships, and greater personal growth, are absolutely worth it. I hope today's video has helped you understand how to identify and overcome negative thought patterns. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from it. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from Sanity and Tranquility Hub. Until next time, take care of yourself and continue your journey toward inner peace. Cherry Blossom.